The year is 1944. World War II rages on. The Pacific Theater is a battleground. The United States Navy, a formidable force, is locked in a deadly struggle against the Empire of Japan. Amidst the vast expanse of the Pacific, a new enemy is about to emerge. Task Force 38, the U.S. Navy's powerful Third Fleet, is on a mission. Their objective: cripple Japan's ability to wage war. Led by the seasoned Admiral William Bull Halsey, the task force is composed of battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and the cutting edge of naval technology, aircraft carriers. Their planes rule the skies, striking fear into the heart of the enemy. Unbeknownst to the sailors of Task Force 38, a storm is brewing. Typhoon Cobra, a force of nature of unprecedented fury, is taking shape in the Philippine Sea. This is no ordinary storm. This is a tempest destined to etch its name in naval history. Life aboard the ships of Task Force 38 goes on. Sailors perform their duties, their movements honed by months of relentless warfare. The sea is calm, a deceptive tranquility that masks the impending danger. The hum of engines and the chatter of men fill the air, a symphony of war and routine. Deep within the bowels of the flagship, meteorologists study weather reports. Something is definitely amiss. The barometric pressure is dropping, a telltale sign of a brewing storm approaching. Whispers of a typhoon reach the ears of the fleet's commanders. Admiral Halsey, known for his aggressive tactics and unwavering resolve, faces a critical decision. Should he risk the safety of his fleet by remaining on station, or should he seek shelter from the approaching storm? The fate of Task Force 38 hangs in the balance. The sea, once placid, begins to stir. Waves, driven by the distant typhoon, grow in size, crashing against the hulls of the ships. The wind, a gentle breeze moments ago, howls through the rigging, a mournful siren of the approaching tempest. The sky, a clear blue just hours before, darkens ominously, a canvas of foreboding, gray and black. Typhoon Cobra, a monstrous vortex of wind and rain, slams into Task Force 38 with the full force of its fury. Waves, now monstrous walls of water, toss the mighty warships like toys, their steel hulls no match for the raw power of the sea. The wind, an invisible hand of unimaginable strength, rips at everything in its path, tearing away antennas, life rafts, and even men. The rain, a relentless torrent, reduces visibility to mere feet, blinding sailors to the chaos unfolding around them. The destroyers, smaller and less stable than their larger brethren, are hit hardest. The Spence, the Hull, the Monaghan, their names will forever be linked to the tragedy of Typhoon Cobra. Caught in the typhoon's grip, they are battered mercilessly, their hulls groaning under the strain. Water pours over their decks, flooding compartments, extinguishing boilers, turning once mighty engines into useless hunks of metal. As darkness falls, the storm reaches its peak. Men, their faces etched with fear and exhaustion, battle not only the storm but also the cold, the relentless rain, and the despair that threatens to consume them. The cries of the wind mingle with the crashing of waves and the sickening sounds of metal screaming in protest. For the sailors of Task Force 38, it is a night of unimaginable terror, a night they will never forget. As dawn breaks over the ravaged Pacific, the true cost of Typhoon Cobra becomes horrifyingly clear. The once mighty destroyers, USS Spence, USS Hull, and USS Monaghan are gone, swallowed by the unforgiving sea. Hundreds of brave sailors, their lives given in service to their country, are lost beneath the waves. The storm's fury has left its mark on even the mightiest ships of the fleet. The USS Spence, a Fletcher-class destroyer, once a symbol of American naval power, now lies broken in two, a testament to the Typhoon's raw power. Caught in the storm's grip, the Spence was tossed about like a toy, its hull unable to withstand the relentless pounding of the waves. The ship's demise was swift and brutal, a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of the sea. Of the over 300 men aboard the Spence, only a handful would survive to tell the tale of their harrowing ordeal. Aboard the aircraft carrier USS Monterey, a different kind of chaos unfolds. The storm's fury transforms the ship's hangar deck into a raging inferno, as planes ripped from their moorings collide and burst into flames. The air fills with the acrid smell of burning fuel and the panicked shouts of men battling the blaze. Among those risking their lives is a young Lieutenant Gerald Ford, future President of the United States. On the bridge of his flagship, Admiral Halsey, the victor of many battles, now faces a different kind of enemy: defeat. The storm has abated, but the silence that follows is deafening. The air is heavy with the smell of salt spray and the knowledge of lives lost. Halsey, his face etched with grief and remorse, surveys the scene of devastation, the full weight of his decisions pressing down upon him. The storm, its fury spent, begins to recede, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. The once proud ships of Task Force 38, now battered and broken, limp through the churning sea, their crews struggling to comprehend the magnitude of the disaster. But amidst the wreckage and the grief, a glimmer of hope emerges. The faintest of signals, a desperate plea for help, is picked up by the USS Tabourer, a destroyer escort that has miraculously weathered the storm. The USS Tabourer, commanded by the resolute Lieutenant Commander Henry Lee Plage, sets out into the treacherous waters. The ship, a small but sturdy vessel, is dwarfed by the massive waves that crash against its hull. Yet the crew remains undeterred, their spirits buoyed by the leadership of Plage, a man known for his unwavering courage and determination. As the storm rages on, the Tabourer pushes forward, its searchlights piercing through the darkness, a beacon of hope in a sea of despair. Their mission: find and rescue any survivors of the sunken destroyers, a daunting task in the storm's aftermath. The seas are still rough, the winds still high, but the men of the Tabourer are driven by a sense of duty and compassion. They know that every minute counts, that somewhere out there, clinging to wreckage or adrift in life rafts, are their fellow sailors, fighting for their lives. The crew works tirelessly, scanning the horizon for any sign of life. The storm has left the sea littered with debris, making the search even more challenging. But the men of the Tabourer are relentless, their eyes sharp and their hearts full of hope. They know that their fellow sailors are counting on them, and they will not rest until every last one is found. The searchlights sweep across the waves, illuminating the dark waters and revealing the wreckage of the sunken ships. The sight is sobering, a stark reminder of the perilous nature of their mission, but it also strengthens their resolve, fueling their determination to succeed. The sailors on the Tabourer are a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Despite the harsh conditions, they remain focused and determined, their eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of life. They know that their mission is a race against time, and they are prepared to give everything they have to save their fellow sailors. The winds howl and the waves crash, but the men of the Tabourer stand firm, their resolve unshaken. As the hours pass, the crew's efforts begin to pay off. they spot a life raft in the distance, and their hearts leap with hope. The Tabarer changes course, heading towards the raft with all the speed it can muster. As they draw closer, they see the faces of their fellow sailors, weary but alive. The sight fills them with a renewed sense of purpose, and they know that their mission is far from over. There are still more sailors out there, waiting to be found, and the men of the Tabarer will not rest until every last one is brought to safety. Hour after grueling hour, the USS Tabarer scours the area, its crew tirelessly searching for any sign of life. The odds are stacked against them, the vastness of the ocean a stark reminder of the enormity of their task. But they refuse to give up hope, their determination fueled by the knowledge that even a single life saved would make their efforts worthwhile. Then, through the driving rain and the rolling waves, a shape emerges, a tiny speck on the vast canvas of the sea. It is a life raft, battered but afloat, carrying a small group of exhausted survivors from the USS Hull. The sea around them is unforgiving, waves crashing against the fragile vessel, each surge threatening to capsize it. The survivors cling to the raft, their faces etched with fatigue and fear, their bodies weakened by the relentless struggle against the elements. They have been adrift for hours, maybe even days, with no sign of rescue in sight. Their hope is dwindling, but they hold on, driven by sheer willpower and the instinct to survive. One by one, they are carefully lifted aboard the Tabarer, their eyes wide with relief and disbelief. The crew of the Tabarer works tirelessly, their hands steady and their hearts full of determination. Each survivor is a testament to their bravery and skill. The rescued sailors are given blankets and warm drinks, their shivering bodies slowly regaining warmth. The deck of the Tabarer becomes a sanctuary, a place where the survivors can finally breathe a sigh of relief. The bond between rescuer and rescued is immediate and profound, forged in the crucible of the storm. They are alive, thanks to the courage and tenacity of the Tabarer's crew. The atmosphere on the ship is one of jubilation and gratitude. The survivors express their heartfelt thanks, their voices choked with emotion. The crew, though exhausted, shares in the joy of the moment, their spirits lifted by the successful rescue. It is a moment of triumph, a beacon of hope amidst the chaos of the storm. The camaraderie and mutual respect between the sailors and their rescuers are palpable, a reminder of the strength of the human spirit. News of the rescue spreads throughout the battered fleet, a much-needed glimmer of light in the darkness. The story of the Tabarer's heroism is shared from ship to ship, bringing a sense of hope and unity to the beleaguered sailors. In the midst of the storm, the knowledge that their comrades have been saved provides a morale boost that is desperately needed. The fleet, though scattered and battered, feels a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The rescue becomes a symbol of resilience and the unbreakable bond between those who serve at sea. The USS Tabarer, a small ship that faced a mighty storm, becomes a symbol of hope and resilience, its name forever etched in the annals of naval history. The story of its crew's bravery and the lives they saved will be told for generations to come. The Tabarer stands as a testament to the power of courage and the enduring spirit of those who face the fiercest of storms. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, and that the strength of the human spirit can overcome any adversity. The Typhoon fades into history, its violent winds and torrential rains becoming mere whispers in the annals of time. Yet, the impact of Typhoon Cobra is far from forgotten. It is etched into the collective memory of the U.S. Navy and the nation it serves. The U.S. Navy, wounded but not broken, regroups, its resolve strengthened by the ordeal. Sailors, once scattered and battered by the storm, come together with a renewed sense of purpose. They repair their ships, mend their spirits, and prepare to face the challenges ahead with unwavering determination. Typhoon Cobra, a tragedy born of both nature's fury and human misjudgment, serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of war and the sea. The storm's ferocity, combined with the miscalculations of those in command, created a perfect storm of destruction. Ships were tossed like toys in a bathtub, and sailors clung to life amidst the chaos. The loss of over 700 sailors weighs heavily on the nation, a solemn tribute to the sacrifices made in the pursuit of victory. Memorial services are held, wreaths are cast upon the water, and the names of the fallen are etched into the hearts of those who remain. Their bravery and sacrifice are honored, their memories cherished. Yet, from the depths of disaster, valuable lessons are learned. The storm's devastation prompts a thorough examination of naval procedures and protocols. Sailors and officers alike study weather charts with newfound urgency, seeking to understand the forces that nearly claimed their lives. Emergency preparations are refined, and the importance of vigilance is underscored. The need for improved weather forecasting and communication protocols becomes painfully clear. The storm's sudden onset and the lack of timely warnings highlighted critical gaps in the Navy's ability to respond to natural disasters. In response, efforts are redoubled to enhance meteorological capabilities and ensure that accurate information flows swiftly to those who need it most. The legacy of Typhoon Cobra lives on, not only in the memories of those who survived the storm, but also in the measures taken to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. The Navy implements new training programs, emphasizing the importance of weather awareness and emergency preparedness. Sailors share their harrowing experiences, passing down lessons learned to future generations. The U.S. Navy, forever shaped by the experience, emerges stronger, its commitment to safeguarding its sailors unwavering. The storm tested their mettle, but it also forged a stronger, more resilient force. Ships now sail with enhanced safety measures, and the bond between sailors is fortified by the shared ordeal. The seas, vast and unforgiving, hold the memory of those lost, a silent testament to the human cost of war and the enduring power of nature. As ships traverse these waters, the ghosts of the past linger, reminding all who sail of the sacrifices made and the lessons learned. The legacy of Typhoon Cobra is a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between human endeavor and the forces of nature.